Gold Knight fans, I gotta apologize. I haven't covered your team enough, and you might be wondering, do you just hate the Knights? No, I actually expect them to win another Stanley Cup this season. I'm thinking they can go back-to-back because I love the roster. They have a lot of guys returning. They're really good on the back end, really good up front, and their goaltending tandem is one of the better ones in the NHL. But I have not done right by them, so let's talk about them. 11 games played, 10-0-1 record. They are just on an absolute heater. Now, they've had some close games against the Stars, the Kings, and the Canadiens where it goes into an overtime or a shootout, and they managed to win, and they lost an overtime game to the Chicago Blackhawks. But pretty early on, the depth has shown to be the strength of this team. The leading scorer for the Golden Knights is William Karlsson with 13 points. In second place is Jack Eichel and Theodore with 10. The amazing thing about this roster, whether it's line 1, 2, or 3, or even 4, they still produce and still get points. And some people might argue that, well, they don't have a guy like a Draisaitl, McDavid, a Crosby, someone that's just putting ridiculous amount of points. But on this Knights roster, they just play a very good team game. They don't need someone to score 140, 150 points. Jack Eichel, if he scores around 80, 90 points, which by the way is still phenomenal, let's not get that confused. They don't need someone to score over 100 points. They just need their players to play responsibly and play within the system. Barbashev, Eichel, and Marchessault, 4, 10, and 8 points respectively for that line. Cotter, Stevenson, and Stone, 6, 8, and 8. Dorofeyev, Karlsson, and Amadio, 3, 13, and 5. Dorofeyev's only played 6 games, so that's actually not too bad. And then when you go to the fourth line, Carrier, Howden, and Kolesar with 2, 3, and 1 points with 8, 9, and 11 games played. And the back end is still really good. You have Martinez, Pietrangelo, McNabb, Theodore. I know Whitecloud and Haig, the guys that are usually the third pairing defensemen, are out injured, but even the guys that they have asked to fill in, they have done admirable in their jobs. Let's not forget, the goaltending of the Golden Knights is deep. When Robin Leonard was taken out due to an injury, and I know there's a lot of controversy around him, a lot of people thought this team is going to have to rely on a guy like Logan Thompson last year, who was, solid prospect, but people didn't know. Would he be good enough to be a starter? And yeah, he was fantastic before he got hurt. And you have this perfect combination of Thompson, who was good last year, and then Hill had a tremendous run to the Stanley Cup Championship. You have two goalies that have a lot of confidence with themselves and can play at a high level. In 5 games played for Logan Thompson, a 2.17 goals against average with a .932 save percentage. In 6 games played for Adin Hill, a 2.11 goals against average and a .923 save percentage. Both of these goaltenders are really good. And with the defense and the offense and the secondary scoring, it's hard to argue against that they're the best team in the NHL right now. Are they going to stay on the historic pace? Probably not, but with the amount of depth they have, if a guy gets dinged, a guy's out for a week or two, they just have so much secondary scoring, so much help throughout their lineup. They're always going to put a very good product on the ice. Golden Knights are off to a terrific start to the season, and I really am expecting them to be the favorite to win another Stanley Cup. But I'd like to know your thoughts down below. What do you think of the Vegas Golden Knights, and do you believe they can repeat as Stanley Cup champions? I'm Captain Paul. See you in the next one.